invite you to put yourselves onto mute. And let's start with sitting today. So come to a nice comfortable sit on your mat. And good morning. Good morning, good morning. How nice to be here with you. So feet are together. We're going to start in Baddha Konasana. So feet are together, knees just comfortably out to the sides. Don't worry at the moment about pressing on the knees or pulling the feet in. Just find what seems to work for you. And then let's give the lower back a little attention. So lift yourself up with your hands. So popping your hands to the floor, just behind you. Lift your sit bones off the floor. Hopefully that's unkinked any kinks in your lower back. And then holding on. So hold on to your ankles or to your shins, wherever is comfortable for you, so that you can have your arms straight. And then a little bit of a lean back. So you've got a hold there, holding you in place. And then you can lean back, let go of the tension in your thighs. Just use your arms to hold you. A little bit of a pull into the arms, into the elbows, into the shoulders, and relax your back here. So you're being held by your arms, so your thighs and your back can ease off a little bit. And then gently closing your eyes. And if this isn't comfortable for you, find your comfortable version. Closing your eyes. Think about what it is that you need more of in your life. A deep breath in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Throughout your practice, let's see, we can always keep to that rhythm of breath, slow, steady, long out breath, long in breath, and in. And exhale. Inhale, soften your shoulders across the top of your back. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring to mind your Sankalpa. Try and keep that nice steady breath going through your practice. Bring yourself into Sukhasana or cross-legged pose, easy cross-legged pose. Make any adjustments that you might need to adjust by moving forwards and backwards, side to side, by even lifting your buttocks off the floor one by one to find that good, strong, deep connection with your sit bones, dropping down into the mat and being held and supported. So you feel that you are evenly seated with your weight going straight up from. Welcome to your practice this morning. We are going to start off with a little bit of neck work. So get comfortable in your seat first. Gentle pulling of the belly towards the spine when you remember. Gentle lifting of the pelvic floor when you remember. And throughout, that nice steady in, out of the breath, in through your nostrils. And let's take chin to chest. So big move here. And at first, let's just focus on relaxing everything. So allowing your head to be heavy, your chin comes to your chest, back of the neck is long, and feel that your head is heavy. So we're not engaging the muscles in the front of the throat and neck here. We're just allowing everything to be soft and at ease, and try to relax your shoulders. Find an arm position that works for you. Most likely it'll be just having your hands resting on your knees, palms facing downwards, which is a lovely position because you've got that connection with yourself, that connection between your palms and your knees. So here we are, stretching out the back of the neck. And now let's make this a little bit more dynamic. We're pulling the chin firmly into the chest. See if you can actually get some contact there. See if you can push your chin bone into the top of your chest, squeezing all those muscles in the front of your throat and neck. And release. Stay forward, just easing off that squeeze. And then we're going to do one more, as if you're squeezing a squeezy ball as flat as you possibly can. So go ahead and try not to hold your breath. A bit hard to talk at the same time as doing this. And release. Gently lifting your head up. And that should hopefully feel really good. But now we need to do the same, or not quite the same, on the back of the neck. So keep that movement going, taking your chin up to the ceiling, a lovely arc movement. And pushing that chin up, stretch. And now easing off, but keeping the head up, gently rolling the left ear down to the left shoulder, not all the way, just a little bit of extra stretch on the right side, from the back of your right ear down to your right collarbone. And then rolling your head back to center where it was, and then to the other side. So the left ear or the right ear, whichever ear you didn't just do, coming towards that shoulder, same shoulder, enabling you to get a big stretch. From ear, down the side of your throat, and then coming back to center. Nice and slow with coming back, and nice and slow, we're going to lift the head. Keep that space in the front of your body, in your torso. So your head is back to center. And then we're going to take a nice big turn. So turn your chin over to your right shoulder. There we are, lovely big turn. Taking your crown up to the ceiling. So you've got that length in your back, but you've also got a lovely long neck. Lots of room to stretch and twist. If you think of the spine as being a channel for energy and movement and flow, and your cerebrospinal fluid needing to move to bathe everything and come up and bathe the brain. All this opening up and moving and getting things flowing. This is allowing that movement to happen more easily, unsticking things, opening up spaces, coming back to center now with your chin, and then once more chin to chest, so dropping your head. So we make that space and we allow that flow, we encourage that flow to happen. And that's the fluid that bathes your brain. So no wonder we feel wonderful and fabulous and relaxed and so much more ourselves after yoga. First, your head and neck. Find which side is feeling a little congested, a little stuck, a little sore perhaps. You know, especially when you're traveling or you're in different beds or you fall asleep in a funny place, I don't know, on a train, a plane, a bus, or on your sofa, and have a really interesting effect on the muscles in your neck and the top of your back. And then to protect itself, your body will start holding on the opposite side. So you end up slightly lopsided. So here, have a play. Think about moving your shoulders as well as your head and neck. So that would be poking your elbow down towards the ground on either side. So finding what you need to find to give a gentle, deep stretch to. And we're almost done there. So we're going to take that movement and that stretch down into the chest and but do what works for you. And maybe if you are sitting in Sukhasana, cross-leg pose, let's just change the cross for a moment. So change the cross, send your chin forward. Nice big stretch all the way down the back, coming back up. And then let's go forward one more time. Out breath if you can. Although I didn't give you much notice on that one. So pushing your arms to come back up. There we go. All right, so a little bit of breath work, and then we're going to move into that side bend and torso stuff. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders, soften your shoulder blades. Feel a little bit of softness and ease and warmth in your neck and your throat. Such an important area. Feel that your eyelids are heavy, but look through your eyelids. So looking at the colors, looking at any movement. Consciously looking and keeping your breath coming and going. So we'll do a 4-part breath. We're going to start off with an exhale and then inhale and hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Extra exhale. Hold. Extra inhale. Hold. Exhale. Extra exhale. Inhale. Extra inhale. And exhale. Do one more round at your own pace. Well done for either staying with the breath, bringing yourself back to the breath, or doing your version of that breath. So we change that 4-part breath into a 6-part breath. Just noticing how you feel, opening your eyes, coming back to your space and taking your legs out to the sides. So let's take both legs out, right, left out, left. And using your hands on the mat in front of you, just adjusting. So pushing your heels into the mat, lifting your knees off, finding that connection with your sit bones, and then bringing your knees back down, lifting your heels, pulling your feet in towards you. So just doing everything that you need to do. Just stretch. And then coming back to center. I am having Wi-Fi issues today, so I apologize. I've done something magical, and let's hope it works. So we're up tall, left hand down the left leg, sliding down, just making sure to stay not twisting that right shoulder around or down. So your right shoulder should be pointing up towards the ceiling. And then we're lifting the right arm up, if that works for you. Keep the right sit bone tethered, if you can, to the floor. Quite often when we're doing twists and side bends, it's also about focusing on the bits that we want to keep where they were and not move. So it's an easy side bend. Now, if you've got some lower back issues, this is going to feel quite intense. So go to where works for you. And breathing. We held for quite a while on the other side. So we'll hold here. Relax your toes. If you've got any tension in your toes and your jaw here, let them ease. And then to come out, a little bit of a lift. And then slowly back to center. Right hand, right leg, left hand, left leg, sliding down your legs and coming forward. So this is a huge stretch on the inner thigh. We slightly warmed up with Baddha Konasana, but we were very gentle in Baddha Konasana this morning. So it might not have felt like much of a warm up today. So folding forward, noticing how you feel under your and to the inside of your right knee and your left knee. Folding forward. And then coming slowly back up. Well done. Bringing your legs together. So we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, west facing pose. So let's set up first in Dandasana, staff pose. So staff pose, as in stick, not as in, I wish I had some staff. Bringing your toes gently back to your face and almost feeling like your heels are lifting off the floor. Maybe they will even lift off the floor. So you feel that engagement of your calves, engaging your knees, pressing the backs of your knees down very gently towards the floor and dropping down comfortably into your sit bones. Remembering to breathe. And then bringing your shoulder blades closer together and down your back. So you get that lift and that opening up in the chest. That's what we're looking for a lot of the time in our practice, is that nice lift and opening of the heart center. And your gaze is forward, chin is lifted, neck is long. Relax your legs. So Dandasana, hands gently beside you on the floor. Staff pose. So another one of those very deceptive asana where you feel like, oh, well, that's nothing much. But you sit here for a little while and you start to feel it in the tops of your thighs, in your groin, in your lower back, perhaps. So let's just hold here, settling the breath. Take some huge breaths here. It doesn't have to be long. Just take those big breaths that feel like they've completely filled up your chest and your lungs. And then exhale. And then we're going to inhale the arms up together. So inhale. And exhale, fold. Take your arms down to your feet. Inhale, sitting up. And exhale, bringing your hands back down to the floor beside you. Inhale, your arms up, out to the sides or out in front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up to sitting again. Exhale, hands to the floor beside you. Well done. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And back up to sitting. The last one. Inhale up. Exhale, reach and fold. So reach forward. Exhale to come back up. And stay here. Well done. Bringing your hands around, open your chest up as much as you possibly can. And see if you can pinch those shoulder blades together as if you were holding something between your shoulder blades. Open your arms up a little more. Can you get your elbows closer together? Can you get the backs of your hands closer together? Still lifting up tall in Dandasana. You are working hard here. Might look like nothing, it's hard. And then folding yourself forward, sending your mid back out, bringing your arms around and giving yourself the biggest hug. Wrapping yourself firmly and securely with your arms coming to the opposite shoulder blade. Bring your chin down. And big hug. Opening up. We're coming into reverse plank now. So we're in exactly the right position for this. Taking your hands flat to the floor. Fingertips are pointing towards your toes. I find it easier if you put your hands just a little behind you so that your fingertips are just touching your bum perhaps, or at least your pointer finger, the rest of your hand needs to be flat to the floor. So a little space, shoulders are wide. And then looking at your toes, send them down towards the floor. At the same time, we're lifting up with the hips. Walk your feet forward if that's not enough space for you. And bring yourself into reverse plank. Now here, you might want to drop all your weight down into your wrists. Try to engage your fingers and your palms as well. Squeeze your glutes and lift your sternum. Bring your shoulder blades together. And if you can, taking your head and neck in line and breathe. Let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing them back, all the bits of you, and coming forward, ease off, wrapping your arms around each other, bringing them towards your knees, gently rounding your back, and then coming up to sitting, opening your arms up one more time, out as far as you can, stretching your fingers out as well, so as if you are trying to make as much distance as possible between your tip of your little finger and the tip of your thumb. Lift your head and then bring yourself back into that hug. And of course, I can't remember which arm went on top last time, but this feels right. So let's go with this one. See if you can do the opposite of what you did last time. Maybe even close your eyes here. Have a quiet moment with yourself. Still breathing. Squeezing as if you're trying to bury your sternum deep in your chest. And then opening up again. Well done. Right, let's come up to standing. Enough of those, enough sitting on those sit bones. So come into a squat. So let's come into a squat. Take your hands to the floor in front of you. And if you're not already up on toes, come up on your toes. Your attention or your gaze, or both, in fact, just on the floor in front of you. Connection between your torso and your thighs, the backs of your thighs and your calves. And you're up on toes, faces forward. And we need, having done all of that moving around with the spine, we need to come into an inversion. So let's come into a nice, easy forward bend, Uttanasana. Either staying up on toes or bringing your heels down to the ground. Keeping that connection with your thighs and your torso, gently tipping, bringing your head down, bringing your hips up. Come to the point where your torso wants to start peeling away and stay there. Keep that connection if you can. So your knees will be a little bent unless you're extremely flexible or very practiced. Gently relaxing through your mid-back. Feeling that stretch in the backs of your legs. And allowing that inversion to be peaceful. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, close your eyes. Remember to breathe. You should feel that breath against your thighs and with a little constriction in the chest. But maybe you're breathing into the sides of your body a little more. And then straightening your legs and allowing that separation to happen, but still staying in that forward fold. Linking your arms, or your hands rather, behind your legs, and then letting go so that your arms just slide a little down the backs of your knees or your calves. And if you don't have any back issues or sensitivities, you can keep sliding, taking the arms down the backs of the legs, bringing yourself closer towards your thighs. And releasing, taking your hands to the floor in front of you. Let's come into downward facing dog. Let's come into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So walking your hands forward or walking your feet back, or a little combination of both perhaps. And let's set up properly. Let's set up as well as we can today for now in our Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So heels moving, always moving down towards the ground. This is an asana that if your heels don't quite get to the ground, if you practice daily, you will find that you notice the change. You notice that movement, that extra stretch in the body. This is like all asanas. Practice and all is coming. Practice and slowly things are moving. That's what we want. We want things to be slow. And then tilting your sit bones up towards the ceiling. And as soon as you do that, you start feeling that huge stretch in the backs of the legs, in the backs of the knees, waking up muscles, lengthening the muscles, softening in your pelvis, and pushing the floor away with your hands. And as soon as you push the floor away with your hands, you notice activating the shoulders, opening up under the arms a little more, taking your head and neck that are both completely relaxed and heavy, maybe slightly closer to the floor. Keep space in your shoulders. Your arms shouldn't be touching your head. Your head should be free. And closing your eyes, perhaps allowing that softness and heaviness in your face to be felt. Remembering to breathe, taking your belly button towards your spine, but softly so it doesn't stop you from breathing fully and deeply. And we've held for a long time here. Well done. Looking forward to your hands. Tilting forwards, coming forward slowly, bringing your shoulders above your wrists, walking your heels back, and coming into that plank posture, that strength posture. Very good for the shoulders, for your elbows, for your wrists. Pushing the floor away again here, taking your mid back a couple of millimeters closer to the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Feel that slight external rotation of the thighs. And then we're coming down to the mat in Ashtanga Namaskar. So knees come down first, then don't blend your elbows. Bend your elbows, coming down, chin and chest to the floor, bottom is off the floor, and then scooping forward, bringing your hips down to the floor. So we're coming into Sphinx here, straight into Sphinx. But let's relax the legs first. So relax your feet. Feel the arches of your feet are soft. Your toes are relaxed. And the tops of your feet are supported by the ground. Soften through the knees. Soften through your pelvis. And we're in this gentle upright position, completely supported with the forearms and the hands to the mat. And then let's bring the elbows a little closer into the body so that your elbow is under your shoulder. And then looking forward. So we need that little bit of extra length in the neck and throat. beautifully warmed up from just a little while ago. And then we're pulling into that Sphinx. So we're dragging the elbows back, pushing the chest forward. Feel that movement. Come off again. Come back into how we were just a moment ago. Relax the arms, relax the upper arms, relax the chest. And then when you engage and you drag the elbows back, not literally, they're not moving, it's just that engagement of muscles. You'll feel that lengthening all the way from your pubis bone through to your sternum bone. Open your arms just at the top as you move your shoulders away from each other. Belly flat to the floor, pulling forward. Lower back is completely at ease here. You've got quite a strong bend in the mid back, but that bend is happening passively through the action of the front of the body and the arms. And relax, slowly come out, bringing your ribs back down to the mat if they're not already, bringing your chest back, sliding your arms around, stacking your forearms one in front of the other below your face so that you can drop your forehead and use your arms, your stacked forearms as a pillow. Rest your neck and breathe. Allow your feet to relax and your heels out to the side if that's what they would like to do. And relax your lower back. Taking your feet now, waking them up a little, tucking your toes under, bringing your hands either side of your chest. We're going to push back, but the good news is we're going back into balasana, so you can have a nice counter pose at the lower back. So bring yourself up and back, knees coming underneath you, and then slowly and gently heels and hips in contact. Make yourself long. So lift up, lift your chin, and slowly, centimeter by centimeter, popping your chest and your belly the other way around, belly first, then chest, down onto your thighs. And bringing your forehead either down to the mat, or if you find that you're hovering, you can stack your fists one on top of the other, or maybe just one fist to make a little rest for your forehead. Find a soft bit, maybe not quite the side of your fist, but maybe almost into the side of your hand, just above your thumb. I'd like you to be comfortable here so that you can soften and relax through your lower back. Focusing on your breath, focusing on letting everything be at ease. And then slowly coming back up. And we're in our kneeling position. We're coming into another side bend. So taking your hand down to the floor on your right side. If sitting on your heels is uncomfortable for you, and this works with your knees, you can take your feet out to the sides, so your feet are out to the sides. Otherwise, stay in your kneel because you're a little bit higher up, gives you a bit more height. And if you need to double fold your mat or put something just under the tops of your feet, if they're not that comfortable, go ahead and do that. But anyway, we'll go through this a little quicker. So right hand down and then walking the fingertips away. So trying to keep all the way through this, try to keep this, the lower part of your body exactly as it is right now. So we're not moving, in the hips. We're not sliding over to the side. We're just trying to isolate and take that stretch from the left hip to the left elbow, armpit. Sometimes my language leaves me. And then up with the left arm. Keep going with that left arm until you start to feel a tilt coming in, and then stop. We don't want to be tilting forwards. We're unlikely to be tilting backwards. But we don't want to be tilting backwards either. Think about moving those bottom ribs on the left side away from your left hip bone, and then squeeze a little into the right side. Opening up under the arm and then stretching up with the left arm, coming back up nice and slow. So quite a lot of pressure onto the right hand then, and so it eased off that pressure because we're coming onto the other side. And again, just isolating, making sure that you're still in your legs and your hips. So left hand walking away from you, coming into that opening up on the right side, taking your right arm up. Oh, I don't know about you. I think I've got more stretch on this side. It's always interesting to notice what's going on. A big stretch. Opening up from your right hip all the way up maybe to your upper arm, to your fingertips, and then squeezing into the left side. And then lifting up to come out. There we go. Nice and slow. Well done. So we are just forwards here. We're taking ourselves into a squat again. This time, we're going to go wide legged. So bring your arms in front of you. Take your legs out wide. It's quite a satisfying movement, this one. We're going to be taking the right knee down to the ground. So we get that big stretch in the backs of these toes on the right side here. So the right knee comes to the ground and then coming over to the other side. So if you put quite a lot of weight into your hands, that will really help take any pressure off your thighs. If you want to work a little harder, you can take the weight off your hands and just use your legs and thighs. So we're pushing that left knee down to the ground, got that big stretch under the left foot, and then over to the other side. So just keep going at your own pace if you know what you're doing. And feel free to step your feet a little further away from each other as you go from side to side. Find that nice, perfect alignment for you, or the right amount of stretch for you for today. And again, as with everything, just watching out for that little voice of criticism or judgment to yourself. You know, oh, I should be able to do this way, or my body should do this, or why can't I do that? Enjoy what you have. It's amazing. And it will come. Just practice. So over to the other side. And now I'm straightening out that extended leg. So straightening out, lifting the toes up towards the ceiling. So quite a lot of compression in the bent side. Mine's right at the moment. And then extending that opposite leg, dropping the hip down, feeling a big stretch on the inner side of your leg, down the gracilis, the sartorius. Long muscles that help give us all that huge range of movement that we have. And we're holding here for a moment and then coming over to the other side. And as I said, take your hands off if you want to give yourself a little more balance challenge, a little more strength challenge. So right over now, quite deeply into that lean over to one side and pushing the heel down, pushing the knee down, pushing the hip down on the extension side. And because we've been going backwards and forwards, don't worry about right or left, as long as you do the same thing on each side. So we're holding here for a little bit. And then we're going to go over and we'll do one more set of these. So over low. If you're okay with your balance and you're happy, you can bring your arms into Anjali Mudra and really bring your hips down towards the ground. So almost touching the ground. One knee out to the side, other knee stretching. If you have sensitive knees, don't go too deeply into this. And over to the other side one more time. Honor what is, do what works for you. Make it your practice. See all of these as a guide and use it to suit your body. And then come back to center. So we've still got that nice wide leg squat going on. Coming back to center, hands to the mat. And this is where it gets fun. Keeping your back straight, so not curling in your lower back. Gently lifting up, but staying low. And goddess arms. Very nice. Goddess arms here. And we're coming up on toes on the right side. So lifting your right heel. Right heel comes down, lifting your left heel. Left heel comes down. And right heel. Can anybody work out what's coming at the end of this? And then that right heel comes down, left heel comes up. And then down. And then if it works for you, both heels. A little bit of balance. Arms are strong, send those elbows out to the side and then heels down. Lengthening through the legs. Folding, halfway fold. And bringing your arms down to the floor. Touching the floor, so you come probably out of that halfway fold. And lifting your kneecaps a little, with a little bit of a bend in the knees. And then folding forward. Coming forward into an inversion now. So fold yourself forward, legs are wide, we're in Prasarita Padottanasana. And if you want, and it works for you, taking your right hand to your right ankle, left hand to your left ankle. And here we can settle the breath. So breathing nice and deep and slow, right down into your pelvis, into your belly, into the sides of your body, into your back, into your neck, into your chest, expanding fully, and then emptying fully. Stay here, close your eyes perhaps, feel that heaviness around your cheeks, around your top lip, around the bottom of your chin, breathing deeply and slowly. Well done. Beautiful practice. Lots of deep, fun, interesting stretches. And staying low. Stay low here, bringing your feet in. So walking your feet towards each other. We come back to easy forward bend, Uttanasana. And then we're coming up into Utkatasana, chair. So lifting up and taking the hips down. Bringing the arms up either before, during, or after. Up to you. Straight arms, sitting back on that imaginary chair. This is our last standing asana together. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then coming all the way back down to the mat. If it's appropriate for you to come down that way. Taking your knees out to the side. Bringing your feet back together. So soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. And we're back in Baddha Konasana again. Make sure you're roughly in the middle of your mat. So if you need to wiggle, now's a good time to wiggle. Get to the midpoint. Wrapping your hands around your feet. Bringing your feet in towards you, taking your knees out to the sides a little and opening up your chest here. So lifting your sternum, dropping your shoulder blades, Lifting the chin. Big inhale and exhale. So we're going to come into a balanced posture here. Now, you choose if you like a yoga hold around your big toe, then it's the first two fingers of your hand on the same side, same leg. So right hand, right leg, and you just pop them around your big toe, and it's almost like a little lock with your thumb. So you're holding on gently. Of course, you can let go at any time should you need to. And the alternative to that, because sometimes people feel like they're ripping off their big toes, just gently hold on the outer edge of the sole of your foot, the side of your foot. And if that is not right for you, then anywhere on your leg. So try what works, maybe try them all. We're going to extend that right leg out. So we're leaning back just a little. And if you are holding on a yoga hold with your toe, make sure that you engage your toe fully and you're pushing your toe away. Very active there. Don't just allow your toe to be pulled towards you. So right leg extended, knee straight if you can, and use the heaviness in your leg to open up under your arm and stretch into your elbow and into your wrist. So it's like we are stretching the right arm here, using the leg. And then bringing your right leg back in to the ground where it started. Let's do the same on the left side. So whatever you did on this side, do the same on the other side. Even if you are more flexible on one side than the other, do the same. Go with the least stretchy side of you. It's like running at the pace of the slowest runner or walking at the pace of the slowest walker. Go there. Otherwise, all that happens is you get more and more out of balance. The stronger side or the more flexible side gets stronger or more flexible, and then you set up a whole host of other problems later on down the line. So here we are, using the left leg to really open up under the arm, into the elbow, into the wrist. Everything engaged, everything strong. And this is exciting because you know what's coming next. We're going to do a bit of balance. And then we're coming into relaxation. So let's bend that left leg now, bring it back to center. So find your balance spot on your sit bones, a little bit of a lean back. Keep your back strong here. So we're going to keep the back straight as much as possible, lifting your heels off. Now, if you are with a yoga hold, engage your toes. If you're holding on the outer edge of your feet, you might need to adjust that hold and bring your hands closer in, maybe behind your ankles. You'll be fine. You'll know what to do. And then we're going to take the right leg out and the left. So soften through your back. Everything here is legs and arms. Keeping your head and neck in line, so your gaze, if you're indoors, will be kind of where the wall meets the ceiling, roughly. Lift your sternum. We're not rounding and curling in the lower back here or the mid back. And then let's see, can we take the legs a little further away from each other? Do you have some space to widen? Long in the arms. And then coming back, let's bring the legs to center. So we're challenging the balance a little. Oh, it's obviously time for the light to go off. So straight legs as much as possible, straight arms as much as possible. Work with what works for you. And then bending, bringing the knees in, wrap your arms around, give yourself a hug. And they feel very nice in the arms to take that stretch off. Maybe lift your shoulders up towards your knees, your ears, Bring your knees up towards your chin and release, sliding your shoulder blades back down. There we go, well done. Let's come into lying on the mat. So however works for you. Rounding, coming down to the mat. Still keeping your knees into your chest. A little bit of a rock from side to side and bring it into a side twist. So arms out to the sides. Taking the whole of your arm onto the mat. Pressing your shoulder blades gently into the mat. And then taking your knees over to the right side, or any old side works for you. And then head over to the left. When you're all practicing in a room together, it is quite important that you all stretch over to the same side to avoid kissing knees. And practicing in your own space. You can go wherever you want. A nice big stretch. Anybody with any lower back or mid back issues, you'll know what stretch works for you. You'll know where the leg position is that suits you. And hopefully with all of the bends and stretches that we've done, there'll be a little bit of opening and a little bit of give there. And then coming back to center with your head, back to center with your knees, and over to the other side. Soften your left shoulder and your calves. And then gently coming back to center. Bring your knees into a hug, but either side. So you've got your right knee over to the right side, left knee over to the left side. And you have space to breathe in the middle. And then release. Bringing your feet flat to the floor, just a little quick counter pose from all that. Bending, lift your hips up, coming into Setu Bandhasan or bridge pose. Arcing up with the hips, pressing the feet flat to the floor, pushing the floor away. And then slowly coming back to the mat. Give yourself a little space here, coming into a starfish. Hands facing upwards, feet flopping up to the sides, lengthen the neck, close your eyes and drop quickly into that state of relaxation, peace and openness in the body. If this posture isn't comfortable for you, find a posture that is. You can roll to your right side. You can have your knees gently bent and your lower back pressing into the floor. Shavasana is your opportunity to rest the entire body, to feel the floor, to feel the ground, to feel the earth supporting you. Allow your breath to soften and ease and to notice the breath, to keep that steady, regular in and out. To close your eyes and feel that they're heavy and that your cheeks are soft. This is an opportunity to relax your entire body, your mind, your spirit, and allow that final coming together of all three. Setting aside everything else, focusing on everything and nothing within yourself. If you're distracted, bring your attention to the breath. Otherwise, taking your attention gently around your entire body, allowing every single part of you permission to relax, let go, soften, ease, be at peace. Take a nice deep breath here when you're ready, coming over to your right side. So roll to your right side. Opening that cocoon, that space that you've created. Keeping your focus on the breath. Noticing your heartbeat. Noticing that feeling of openness and expansiveness within the body, the softness in the mind, an ease in the breath, and a gentleness in your spirit. When you're ready, coming slowly and gently up to sitting. Maybe on another nice big inhale and exhale. Coming up to sitting in Sukhasana or any way that works for you. Bringing your hands to heart center and gently dropping your forehead down towards your fingertips. That nice stretch. The back of the neck, up behind your ears, down to the top of your back, across your shoulders. Showing that feeling of length in the spine. Taking a deep breath in when you're ready. Opening your eyes, gazing at your fingertips. And as you exhale, bringing your head back to center. And namaste. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Thank you for joining you on the mat, mind, body, spirit. Hopefully all in one nice happy bundle. And I hope you have a gorgeous, lovely, wonderful, productive, but not too productive, easy and happy day.
Thank you, Kate. Good to see all of you.